Well, hey guys, welcome to Dishing It Up. Today's agenda for dinner is going to be meatloaf muffins. These are easy to make and pretty easy to put together, and they are delicious. And wait till I show you the topping that goes on top. That just kicks it up a notch. So in a large mixing bowl, go ahead and add 2 pounds of meat, whatever kind of meat you like. I like to put in a pound of ground beef and then a pound of breakfast sausage. You can use ground pork, ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever your little heart desires. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. And our breakfast sausage. I like Jimmy Dean's. Get what you like. That's what I do. I just cut it in half and put her in. And the best tools for mixing up this meatloaf mixture is going to be your nice, clean little fingies. To the meat mixture, we're going to add in 1 green bell pepper, diced up. If you want to use red, yellow, or orange, go for it. 1 medium onion, diced as well. Go ahead and put those in. And this is where the mixing starts, so dig in. Mix her up, babies, mix her up. Once that's mixed pretty well together, you're going to go ahead and put in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Just plain old garlic powder. And I put in a pretty heaping. And a little bit more. For good measure, guys. Okay. Then we're going to put in a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. And I got this cute little container Pioneer Woman from one of my son's friends. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I've mixed my pepper and salt together. So pretty much when I use salt and pepper, I always use them together, so it may as well be mixed together. So that's 1 teaspoon and another teaspoon. That's the same thing as 2 teaspoons. Ah! Lord, I can count. But that would be the same as 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper. Then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, whatever brand you guys like. I got off work early tonight. I finished all my ironing, got it done, so I came home to hurry and get this meatloaf muffins put together. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon and a couple dashes. Okay. Alrighty. And to that, we're going to put in 2 eggs. So anyway, I got off early, so I'm getting this put together. So when it's all done and put together and baked, and I'm making our side dishes or our veggies, hubby will be getting home, and then we'll be able to eat. So sometimes we eat a late dinner, depending on our work schedule. Okay, that's going to be 1 egg. We want 1 more. No need to whisk them up or anything, just throw them in. If you want to do a fancy schmancy, 1 hand open, crack your egg, do it. I can't do it. My hubby can. He does a good job. And then here we go. We're going to go getting our fingers in here again. We're going to mix this all up real well. That's mixed up pretty well, and at this point, that's what it looks like. I did put a folded dish towel down here to help my bowl from moving all over the countertop with when I'm mixing it up. We're going to go ahead and add in 1 drain, which is a 14 and a half ounce can of diced tomatoes, and I like to use the petite dice. Okay. We're going to add in 3 cups of oats. So what I do is I do about a handful at a time, and then we're going to mix that up. And the oats that I added are just the quick 1-minute oats. That's what I had on hand. So to this mixture, we're going to add a little bit. The recipe calls for a 1/2 cup of milk, regular old milk. Now I just put like about half of the half, so about 1/4 to start. Now that gives you some moisture. And if y'all don't have oats on hand, or you don't like to add oatmeal, you can add dried bread, some old bread, you know, cube it all up, chop it up. You can add crackers, get you a sleeve or 2 of crackers, and, you know, crumble those all up in it. Just anything you want to use for a binder. Okay, so there's the rest of that milk. So that's a 1/2 cup. We're going to get this mixed up really well, get all those seasonings and veggies mixed in. Then we're going to go over to our muffin pans and fill them up. We've got them all filled up, except for the 3 holes. So this is going to be 12 muffins. And then I'll have enough left that I'll make a little bit of a little metal baking dish full. So I'll go ahead and get the rest of these muffins put in here. I'll just smash them in. You can roll them into balls and then place them in here if you wish, just however you want to do it. And then we'll be back and we're going to make our topping. What I did on these after I got them done, I packed them in there, patted them in there, and then I put a little well in the middle, and that's what we're going to put the topping. And then this one, I just filled this all up so that when this bakes, we'll eat that after the muffins are all gone, like in a couple days. Then what we can do is we can slice this up, and it can go on sandwiches, or I can just freeze it and heat it up at another point. So for the topping, we're going to go ahead and put in a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, guys. Okay. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, then we're going to put in 1/4 cup of ketchup. Do y'all make topping for your meatloaf, or do you just put, I know a lot of people back in the day used to just put ketchup only. But this is a jazzed up version. I learned this from my mother-in-law 41 years ago when my husband and I were first dating. Okay, so that's that. Okay, then we're going to put in a teaspoon of just plain old yellow mustard, or whatever kind you want. You can use spicy if you want, brown. Okay, teaspoon of that, and that's going to give it a little bit of a zippity-doo-dah, guys. A little bit of a kick. And then we're going to put in about a 1/4 teaspoon of, and I don't have anything to measure it with handy, so we're just going to do it like this. That's about a 1/4 teaspoon, and this is ground nutmeg, guys. And this is the secret to this topping. Everybody always wonders, what is that flavor that we can't figure out? Nobody ever guesses it's nutmeg. So let me get this mixed up, and we'll be back. Okay, I went ahead and filled them all up, except just these 3 in the middle. And I always just put a little dollop, and then we'll go back and we'll kind of spread it out. And then what's left is going to go over this baby. Now, since I did add a little bit more brown sugar, I did go ahead and put a little bit more ketchup, mustard, and nutmeg, just so I have enough to finish up this one. It's going to be so good, guys. And when this gets nice and crispy at the end and you get those almost burnt edges, you know what I mean, the good stuff. That's where all the flavor is. So, okay, these are ready to go in the oven. Let me go ahead and I'll kind of spread that out just a little bit. You're going to bake it at 375, and I'll tell you at the end of it when I bring it out how long it needed, because we got a new oven, and so it's a little bit more temperamental. Okay, the hubby just got off of work, so he's here, and I'm getting ready to finish up the sides to go with our meatloaf. So we're going to doctor up or fancify this package of instant potatoes. So I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. The instructions call for 4 cups of boiling water, so I've got 3.5 because I want to add some heavy whipping cream in here. It's going to make it really rich and decadent. So we're going to go ahead and just put those in there, make a mess while I'm at it. Go ahead and turn this burner off. And just kind of slightly just give them a nice little mix. Now we're going to add a little bit of whipping cream, which would be about the 1/2 cup that we left out of the boiling water. And that gives us 4 cups of liquid. Make these nice and creamy and rich. Okay, we've got our heavy whipping cream mixed in. I did add a little bit more to it. Now, this is my son's recipe. He's on Divorced Dad Dinner TikTok. If you want to go ahead and follow him. He puts like a heaping tablespoon of sour cream in there. And that gives it a little bit of a zip. Also makes it really nice and creamy. So all this you can do just with one of these little packets. And I've never done this before. I've always just, made homemade. But if you're in a pinch, keep a few of these in your pantry. You can always doctor them up, make them look a lot fancier, taste a lot fancier. Now we want to put a little bit of butter. Of course we do. Okay. Throw in a little bit of butter. And just a plain old ordinary package of instant potatoes are kicked up a notch. Then of course we're going to want to put a little bit of Salt and pepper, guys. It's a good thing. And over here on the back burner is broccoli that I'm steaming. So it's going to be ready in just a couple of minutes. It doesn't take long for that. Then we'll be over at the other counter with the hubby, ready for our tasty with this delicious dinner. Guess who's home from work?
Babe.
Ready for dinner. So let's go ahead and
hungry.
fill these plates up with this yummy, delicious dinner.
Yes.
Okay, these have been sitting out for a little bit, but I want to show you how this turned out. Look at that nice, crispy, glazed meatloaf. So this one we can either put in the freezer for another day, or we can eat it in a couple days when these are gone. All right, babe. How many of these would you like?
Let's start with 2.
Okay, oh, they're coming out wonderful. Look at this. Well, I love this Pioneer Woman as well, this baking dish. Oh, this will be your plate now.
Fork you in the middle.
This will be your plate now, babe.
Oh, okay.
That's only 2 small ones. I'm going to give you a third one.
Oh, okay.
The reason I like these Pioneer Woman, you don't have to spray them. They come out perfectly. Okay, go ahead and give you some taters. And then we've got some broccoli over here, too.
Okay.
So, I'll get me 2. Okay. Look how good those look, guys. Isn't that delicious? Okay.
And
broccoli, I just salt and peppered it.
where's the gravy?
We don't have no gravy, baby.
No gravy?
No, these taters, honey, these are different kind of taters. Okay. Broccoli is seasoned up with salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder. And you saw that I made the fancy-fied instant potatoes, so they're looking mighty fine. Okay. Yummy, yummy, yummy for our tummies, guys. Okay. You ready for a taste?
Yes,
And we've got Wallace right down here at our feet. Wally, our little pug.
Meatloaf.
Y'all, if you make this topping to go on your meatloaf, everybody will love it. And you too. I'm trying to move my Wally. Come on, Wally. Okay, have you tasted your potatoes?
Potatoes are creamy.
The fancy-fied potatoes. I like to take a bite of it and our meatloaf together. All right, there's a bite. Broccoli.
Good eats. As always,
from our kitchen to yours.
Happy cooking.
Happy eating, guys. The best part, the food. We love you. Have a wonderfully blessed day. And we'll come talking to you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.
We're going to go chow down.
You bet.
Right, baby?
You bet.
Okay, we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.